Hey, and welcome to our last episode of our Talk Wednesday segment. And I love Wednesdays because I get to have such amazing conversations with really fascinating people. And today is no exception. Before, though, I introduce our guest for this week, I want founder, Miss Shelly Lynn Hughes, because of course, without Shelly, Renee and I would not be here today. And also, it's important that we thank our sponsor of the Talk Wednesdays, and that's Leanne Miles of the Clinton Wilkins Mortgage Group. And amazing support, we wouldn't be here either. So big shout out to Shelly and Leanne. We're so grateful for you. And further ado, coming to us from, is it sunny there today, Renee? From sunny California. I like to think of it is a ray of sunshine, Renee Lynn. And Renee and I were acquainted with one another quite a few years ago because we both owned clinics under the umbrella, and I am still under that umbrella, but Renee has moved on and she's doing some really fun and exciting things. So Renee, how long has it been now since you've been with Ideal Protein?
I started with them in 2012, and I did leave that platform and move to a different platform in 2020. So it was a great 8 years, and I really learned so much, and I'm so grateful to all the leaders there and just all that I learned. And so really a great program.
So really, if you get to know Renee at all, you'll quickly learn that Renee has a real heart for people, for helping people, for giving. She is a team leader. She's a champion of others. She's always looking to help and uplift. And so that's why I think where you've landed, Renee, is absolutely your sweet spot. That's really, I think we're really seeing you take off. So I would love for you to share with people today. So, maybe start, okay, I'm here, but then I would love to hear you back it up and sort of, take us on your journey, because it's a very interesting journey and it's a great story that I would love for you to share with our audience here.
Well, thank you, Stephanie. Thank you for hosting this. And, I'm just so grateful to you for introducing me to Shelly. I had just such a nice conversation with her, and I just saw her heart. And it just was like, it made me leap right on board, because I do know you and admire you. And, you're always a ray of positivity on social media. And I just really admire that. But, ultimately, Shelly's story really resonated with me, and her passion, her heart, because that's where my heart is. And so, our careers, boy, if you just go with the flow, you'll see where the universe is leading you. And currently I lead a large team in healthy living products. But also I do my coaching virtually. So yes, I owned 2 clinics between 2012 and we closed the last one last year, 2022. So 10 years of traditional clinic ownership, and just, hundreds, if not, well over 1,000 people that we helped. Primarily, my target market was always, oh gosh, I'm sorry, I swallowed something. Primarily, my target market is females, and females somewhere between 40 and 65, and maybe even into their 70s. but always that person that has taken care of everybody else and maybe left herself behind. And so that was a real focus for me as I help people be the best version of themselves, and not only just physically, but that mindset change. So I've loved that over the last 10 years. But ultimately, you know, I started at 24 years old. I mean, at 15 years old, I knew I was going to own my own business. I told everybody in town. I didn't know what that was going to be, but I ended up in the event business. I ended up running wedding shows, and I had a wedding magazine that was regional, and the first regional publication that Hearst Corporation ever picked up. I moved on from there, and I started a party rental company. I went on to have children, which I never thought I would do. In my, 33 and 40, I had two boys, but it's been a journey. And, you know, in 2009, everything I had worked for just fell apart. And, you know, in 1999, I started a Pilates, yoga, and gyrotonic studio in the South Bay area of San Francisco, South Bay. And, you know, that was my gift to the community. It was also a gift to myself in that it was just such a wonderful, as I kind of transitioned from my 30s to my 40s, I became a different person, and that just, you know, opened up my heart to, and my mind to, new possibilities and things. And, you know, so I had all these different things going on, and boom, 2009 came and everything fell to the ground. And I went through a difficult time in my relationship. I got a divorce. Um, you know, I had to liquidate every single thing I'd ever worked for. I lost about $5 million. You know, it was tough. There were moments when I was driving my $100,000 car, living in my $2 million house with my little boy, and didn't know how I was going to put food on the table or gas in my car. And, you know, taking them to school and picking them up, and not having help anymore because I couldn't afford that either. Been there, done that. And I'm here to tell you, if any of this resonates with you, you can have a completely different story. And literally, I did what I had to do. And then I just kept my heart open. And a month after I finished liquidating everything in March of 2012, I found the Ideal Protein program, literally in Las Vegas. I went to a coach over there, and it worked so well for me. In 3 weeks, I didn't even think I had 11 pounds of body fat, but I did. And I lost that weight, and I was like, you know what? This is my next business. And I took that, and it literally grew like wildfire, all organically, because if you love what you do, and you'll take the risk, and you'll just tell your friends, and your friends will tell friends. Everybody wants to help each other. And I think that's a time that we're going through right now, is people are uplifting other people. And so, yeah, I did that. And then, you know, as we went into the pandemic, I knew that, you know, my long-term partner in life, he was going to be retiring in 2020. We had all these plans in February 2020. He was retiring, and we were going to go everywhere. We had plans to go to every game, and, you know, Italy and all this stuff. And then boom, that got shut down. And I had this online platform that I had been using, these amazing healthy products that had changed my life. And I got really sick with metal toxicity in 2013. And so I had used them to actually heal myself, and then, you know, went on to help other people. And boom, I just shifted again. And I was able to think outside the box, take that traditional business model, bring it, you know, full circle to that virtual space. And here we are. So that's a long ways to there, but I hope that inspired somebody.
But it's a true testament to how resilient and what a inspirational spirit you have, right? Because it doesn't matter what life hands you, that whole, you are a woman that, you know, when life hands you lemons, you make lemonade. And that that kind of energy is, and we need more of that in the world, and that's something that I find our world, um, an inspiration like that. So thank you for, continuing to share your gift and spread Renee around. Um, show. I have a dear friend who he will be in this book as well. He was in the last book. He'll be in this book, and he'll episode. But he always says, don't put a period where God intended a comma. And it's not his quote. It was somebody else's quote. It's been out there for a while. He says that one a lot. And the day that it really sunk in, you're like, oh, right. In of your situations, you could have been, well, and rolled over and gave up, but you didn't. And kudos to you. What a gift to your children and your children's children, and how that gift inspire others. What is your favorite thing about, what's your favorite aspect of what your life looks like right now, Shelley? And Shelley, sorry, Renee. I'm looking at Shelley's name above our heads there.
I know.
So Renee, what's your favorite thing about your life right now? And it could be business related, it could be more on a personal, in all those twists and turns of life, and the lemonade that you've got now. What really stands out as
I think, right now I'm sitting here, and this is, my beautiful, I love my bedroom, but right in front of me is a beautiful lake and a golf course and the mountains where the sun sets each night. I feel like I created that, even though, I had a lot of steps along the way, but I always believed, and I wrote my goals all the time, even if they looked like they were lofty, crazy goals. I kept them in my notebook. I have old notebooks where literally I can see every step of the way where I got what I wanted. And sometimes those things shifted because it wasn't really what I needed. It might have been what I wanted, but it wasn't what I needed. And, I do believe that we manifest and we bring to ourselves what we attract to ourselves what we're looking for. So we have to be super careful what our messaging is. And I really learned that, when I was sick, I would lay in my far infrared sauna praying for health and wellness, and I would listen to The Secret. And, I really think I learned that listening to The Secret, because, she was like, if you're thinking about all your bills, you're going to attract more bills. So I was always thinking about how I could attract better health, and how I could, manifest the things that I wanted, like a great relationship with someone that really, would, just kill for me, basically. But not really. I really had all of this written down, and it may seem crazy when you're writing it down, but I encourage you to do that, because you can manifest what you want in your life, and it's not going to happen tomorrow. Like, my process has been, literally 2009 to 2012. I had to, lose everything, and then, I started my own little business in this little 400 square foot dark little space. But because of my passion, it just grew and grew. Every year it grew. And then pretty soon we had to grow into another space. And then we were holding cooking classes, and, it just grew. And I didn't really want it to grow. I was okay with it being simple, but apparently that's what, somebody upstairs wanted me to do for others. And then I always knew that in my 60s, I wanted to help other women and men, but particularly women, understand that they could start their own businesses. I wanted to mentor a couple people every year, and actually my online platform has given me the opportunity to do this with a lot of people, and especially with Zoom. And now, we have people from all over the world that sit in on our Zooms and our trainings, and I get to collaborate. I have friends from all over now. So yeah, that's it. I mean, I guess that's not one thing, Stephanie.
No, it's okay. I'm not a one thing kind of person either. So I'm glad I'm not the only long answered person around. I never it always I always have to take a big old detour to because there's just again it speaks to your passion, Renee. And guys, I have to share like literally my connection to Renee started in Renee's platform, kind of realm. I've never met Renee in person. However, we've indirectly known each other for years. And it's literally because Renee put herself out there online, looking to help others, looking to share information, looking to, create community. And that's why, like, the more I thought, wow, you really are the epitome of the person for the Pursuit 365 community because you have so many of the same philosophies and belief systems. It's no wonder you and Shelly, got on like a house on fire. Even just finding out from you today that you used to run a magazine for goodness sakes, right? So, Shelly, like parallels are just endless. So yeah, you really are absolute pursuit real. So before Renee and I hit record, I was saying, because I don't want to divulge and I don't want to make a big deal and are sensitive that, but in some people's perspective, Renee should be, retiring and, going off into the sunset and relaxing and whatnot. And Renee just continues to find, Renee, that is such an inspiration to show people that doesn't matter what age you're at, doesn't matter where you're at in life, if you want something, you can go after it. So we haven't really got specific yet as to, so is there a specific company now that you are associated with, that you want to give a shameless plug about, or a particular product you want to share? But I'd love to hear a little bit more about that, Renee.
Absolutely. I shifted over to a platform called, interestingly enough, Shift, Set, Go. So that is the meal system that we use, but we also use a lot of, I should say I use a whole food system because I'm a true believer that we have to learn we have to learn to feed ourselves properly, and it's tough in this world, as you know. So it's great to have a little crutch for a while, but we can't have that crutch all the time. So I do that, and Wednesdays are my coaching day, and I meet with transformational clients. So one of the shifts for me, where we went from having that big clinic that had 150 people a week coming through the doors to just 15 transformational clients that I work with on a rotating basis. And that's my Wednesday. And so when I say transformational, they're people that really, they're ready to shift this 6 inches. That 6 inches is going to shift the other things they want in their lives. And then, I just launched a new global platform called 3. And that really was built out of a previous healthy living products company that I was with for 4 years. And I'm super excited because it's a digital e-commerce platform. So for people like myself, you, anybody actually, they can have like what's like a Amazon store for nutraceuticals, for healthy living products that will be sold all over the world. And so that's what I'm working on. We're in pre-launch. And so the last 6 weeks have been crazy, but it's crazy good just watching people. I have a friend, Cindy, and she won't mind that I said her name, but she had a double mastectomy, and she went on to use some of these products and they changed her world. And then, it's been difficult for her. And as we launched this new platform, she was able to make the money this first month that she hadn't been able to make, and to share with others. And, her gift is truly sharing. She's a yoga teacher and, very passionate about health. And so it gives us this platform. So yes, I'm super excited. That was my shameless plug. Thank you for that, Stephanie.
So I know you're on Facebook a lot. Is Facebook your favorite platform, Renee, to hang out on? Are you on?
I'm pretty much on everything. So, okay, again, a shift in the current in through the last couple of years has been, you have to have a presence on social media. So yes, I did have, most of my stuff was on Facebook previously, and I'll be honest with you, how I learned to go live on Facebook was because my 15-year-old son was doing YouTube videos, and I felt like, oh gosh, that's a way for us to kind of connect, and he can show me some things and I can do my cooking and all this stuff on there. But actually it became this huge platform for me. And then I've gone on to, yes, I have an Instagram, yes, I have a TikTok, but I don't really have a lot going on TikTok. My social media gal tells me I have to. She's 25. So yeah, I do. But I really primarily use it for business, because I love the platforms, but I also think we need to disconnect, and that's an important piece. But that's just me.
Right. Yeah, social media alone is a full-time job. It's, have some days where, you start to do the post and then you get interrupted and then you back to it. And it have by and you're like, I just want to get this up. So yeah, it's yeah, kudos to you all. I do Instagram, which uploads to Facebook. That
Exactly.
seems to be
Exactly.
about it. I the way. So okay, so basically if anybody wants to find you, they want to learn more, they and thing you got, Renee loves to connect with people. She loves to meet people. She loves to engage. So you something on Messenger or DM, are you Renee Lynn on Instagram? Oh, see,
I'm
perfect. So
Yeah, Coach
really
Coach
easy.
Renee Lynn.
I've been connected with
Yeah.
Renee on. Oh, okay. Okay, wonderful. I've been connected with her on Facebook, and she's on it. She's active in there and always willing to give a hand up. And I think that's incredible. So let's away and let's learn. Let's step out of the office, so to speak. So we've learned that you love to cook. Um,
Yeah, kind of.
what's something else that you're passionate about outside of the office, so to speak?
Okay, so I love to golf. Yoga was a passion for me for a long time. That really changed my world. When I was about 38 or 39, I started my yoga studio. I had that for 10 years. I got to, study with master teachers, and that was just such a privilege. And same with Pilates and gyrotonic. And so I love that. I love my Pilates, my yoga, my golf. We have a puppy, a mini Labradoodle, who just makes us laugh all the time. I love to travel. Like the island of Capri is my happy space, and I get to go back there again in June. So I'm just so open to whatever the world brings me, and yeah, those are my things I love. And okay, wait. Am I two
Wonderful.
amazing
Are you a
boys?
reader? Are you someone that,
Oh gosh.
oh,
Yeah, I read
yay,
every day.
yay.
Yeah, I read every single day. Like I get like
What are you
my
currently reading?
Kindles.
I'd be curious to know.
Oh
Oh,
gosh.
okay.
Oh wow, I could tell you. I usually have about 4 books open at a time, and I know I've been reading some stuff on autoimmune because I'm all about that. On intermittent fasting, I always have some kind of like lawyer-ish book going. Oh, you know what's really good is Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey. So inspiration.
Uh, oh, I'm gonna add that one list. I have a book list like it's a mile long. That's one of the gifts that COVID really gave me, is it gave me my love of reading back. I really lost that when I was in university, because you're forced to read. And I just found the more I've got back into reading again, it's like I can't get enough. And that's like my sacred morning ritual now, is coffee and no me. And I get my coffee, my reading time in, a little bit of music in my ears, and my day is off to a great start. What's a perfect morning for you, Renee?
Well, sitting outside, I live in La Quinta, California. So having a cup of tea, I don't drink coffee, but I do love my tea. And reading, yes, reading something, looking out, at the beauty that I'm gifted with. And just, yeah, I'm a very quiet person. So in my old age, I've gotten even quieter. So yeah, just beauty and nature, a hike maybe, golfing, all of that.
I love that. And what part of California are you in again?
I'm down in the Palm Springs area. We live in a small town called La Quinta. So we're kind of like at the other end of the valley from Palm Springs.
Okay. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay. So I feel people have really, really gotten a great glimpse into your essence, really. It just shines through you. So you're going to get some touch points here. Before we wrap up, Renee, I've been having a little bit of fun on these in these discussions, these chats, with one question in particular, and I've been loving wrapping up my chats with this one question. So you're no exception. I'm going to zing it at you as well. And the question goes like this. So if you were to give a TED Talk on nothing that you are known for, what would your TED Talk be about?
Healing your gut. Your gut heals your brain, it heals your mood, it helps you sleep, it gives you vitality, it changes your whole world, it brings your energy back. So, healing your gut, and it can be done naturally.
Well, there you go. There's a mic drop moment. So I'm assuming if anybody wants to learn more about healing your guts, Renee is definitely yours. And I know that if she's not, she will know somebody that is, and will definitely point you in that direction. Because again, she is that generous and giving, and is more than happy to share her Rolodex share connections, share any knowledge that she has. So definitely reach out to Renee and connect with her, and she will definitely make an impact on your life. She has mine, that's for sure. So Renee, anything you want to leave our audience? We say farewell?
Just know that, my dad always told me when I was a little girl, you can do anything and you can be anything that you want, and do not let anybody tell you that you can't. So don't let anybody steal your dreams.
Amazing. I love that. With that, we're going to say thank you again to Shelly, and thank you again to Leanne, sponsorship of these Talk Wednesday chats. And until next week, everyone, have a fantastic, and thanks for being here.